As we inch closer to the end of October with a focus on cancer awareness, today we talk to two South Africans from different walks of life with a common diagnosis. South African dancer, choreographer and actress Nomsa Manaka was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer in 2016. Her ordeal with cancer has been well documented through her work. Manaka believes in the power of education and awareness, hence her performance, Dancing Out of Cancer, a celebration of life at the Soweto Theatre that's happening on Sunday afternoon. Now, our second guest is construction businessman Leo Michaels. Michael says it was just before COVID when he started experiencing some urinary problems. When he went to the doctor, he was told he has a slightly enlarged prostate. His doctor put him on medication, but in 2022, the same symptoms resurfaced despite being on medication. Both Nomsa Manaka and Leo Michaels are joining us this morning to talk about their battles and experience with cancer. It is wonderful to have you. So, firstly, Nomsa in studio, thank you for coming in. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me here.
It's lovely. And Leo, I know you joining us from afar, but thank you for joining us. And it's also great to have you on the program.
No, thank you very much, Leanne. It's wonderful to be here.
Leo, let me begin with you while I've got you speaking. Talk to us about what it was like for you, because obviously you find out before COVID, not that you are diagnosed with cancer, but you know there's something wrong, and then suddenly another milestone to get through is COVID, and then the big diagnosis comes through. Talk to us about your journey.
Well, basically, it's it's something that starts, and I didn't feel any worry about it because I was a bit too confident that I don't think I would have cancer. And so I went, for the tests and all that kind of thing. So the first time that I went through it, it was mild. And so it didn't really worry me. But when it came back up the next time, and the doctors told me that I have to go for a biopsy, that started, setting in some kind of worries and that. And when the results of the biopsies came through and found that, I do have prostate cancer, it was now a challenge to say I have to deal with it. Fortunately, the cancer, according to the doctors, hadn't went beyond the prostate. So we could tackle it, and they felt that the sooner we deal with it, the better it is. And I decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deal with it immediately and go through all the necessary requirements that they recommend for me to be able to deal with it. And today, it seems to me that it's going down.
Amazing. These are the stories we want to hear. We want to hear that that there are positive outcomes. And I mean, Nomsa, your story has been very well documented. It really has. But I mean, to be diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, that you almost believe that it's over. It's the end.
That's it. When you hear stage 4, you're gone.
That's what one imagines.
Absolutely. Because that's exactly the same thing that happened to me. When he said he didn't think he has cancer.
Yeah.
When I was diagnosed as well, I was like, me, cancer? No ways. Me, I'm very hyperactive. Me, I'm a very busy person. And indeed, and when they found it, it had spread to my lungs, my liver. It was all over, And in my dying bed, I call it my dying bed because that's what it was.
Yeah.
My son came and said, Mama, you have to write a book and call it Dancing Out of Cancer. That's what jacked me. That's what pulled me up. I was like, when he left, I was like, okay, I'm
going to do this.
And that's what really kept me alive because I promised myself, I was like, Nomsa, you're going to wake up. You have to walk. You have to walk. And the minute I start walking, I'm going to dance. I am going to dance. And that's why I am here today, because of dance.
Oh,
yeah.
Because you had something to inspire you. I mean, your son, how old was your son at the time, may I ask?
Mac was 26, he's 40 now. So he
Okay.
was 2016.
So
Should be
he
in-
was
that is, yeah,
he was an
somewhere in his
adult,
30s.
and so he
Yeah.
sat there watching his mom and was
Yeah.
like, "This is not you. You're going to fight this." And that was the
Absolutely.
thing that got
That's
you.
the thing, because everybody knows me. Oh, me, I'm very hyperactive. And I'm sitting in that bed. I am so helpless. I am there. The only thing I can do is to move my head. I mean, imagine me doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was so hard. But yeah.
Your situation now? Are you?
It recurred 2021. And so I had to do an op. And you know, when cancer comes back the second time, it comes back with a vengeance. And fortunately, because I go for these checkups every after 3 months, every after 6 months, so it was caught early as well. So yeah, at the moment, I'm okay, I'm free.
You're good.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
good.
good.
You're
I'm
free
good.
for now, and that's what. Wow. I mean,
That's
if
why we
somebody-
call it for now.
You
Yeah.
know, for me, somebody that is watching this, you know, because I think as you felt, as you described that feeling of lying in bed, just moving your head and feeling helpless, that this is my deathbed.
Yeah.
But if somebody is watching this right now that has got cancer, and I can promise you there are so many
Yeah.
people that are watching you and thinking, this is the inspiration I need.
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
Your mind has to be bigger than cancer. Your mind has to be greater than your body. That I can do this, I can stand up. I am bigger than cancer, because that's what I used to do. That's what I used to say. I said, Nomsa, you are bigger than cancer. Cancer, just come to the wrong person. So that attitude will get you far.
I love that. Leo, for you, I mean, we're hearing Nomsa's story, which is giving me goosebumps. What motivated you? Because it is very easy to throw in the towel and say, well, you know what, maybe that's my life, I've lived it, let me just succumb to this. What kept you going?
Kept me going is family around me. My daughters were there, really with the support and pushing me to make sure that we deal with it and go through all the stages that are necessary. And that is what really motivated me. And, you know, usually as men, we want to hide these things. We want to push them behind and not deal with it. But I got wonderful daughters that really sat with me. We went to every doctor's appointment together. And we made sure that we deal with it immediately and not postpone anything and just get it working on it immediately.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I think earlier detection, that's what people say. But I mean, like you said to me earlier, you're a dancer, you're on stage, you're active. How did you find out? I mean, did you have symptoms? Was there anything?
No, I didn't have symptoms. That's the thing about ovarian cancer. And that's why they find it late all the time. When you find ovarian cancer patients, because I asked the doctor, I think I only met one, but the rest had passed on. So with ovarian cancer, the symptoms are you develop a belly. And I developed that, but I was like, but me, I exercise. What is this? I'm like, oh, maybe it's menopause, you know, it's fine. And then, and then I had a cyst. So that's how we could find cancer. So when I went in to remove the cyst, they found there was cancer in my ovaries because they were going to do a total hysterectomy, and they couldn't do it anymore. So they had to close me, and I had to deal with chemo ASAP.
Yeah,
you know, and
that's a journey in itself.
Absolutely, it was a journey on itself.
How did you feel through it?
At first, I was angry. I was so angry. You know, I had just lost a brother. My baby brother died in a car accident with his wife. Just lost a mom. And I was like, now I have to go through this. This is not fair. Oh my God. My beliefs were really, really challenged. They were really challenged. But what Leo has just said, support of family is crucial. So everybody rallied around me. Everybody was there for me, and that's what helped me. And that's why I say in this show, Dancing Out of Cancer, it celebrates cancer survivors. It says thank you, and we appreciate our caregivers. That's what Dancing Out of Cancer is all about. And it gives hope to those living and infected by cancer.
Amazing. And that's on Sunday. You're doing
That's
this
on Sunday at the Soweto Theatre at 3 p.m.
This is amazing. And how do people book tickets, by the way?
They go to Web Tickets and Pick and Pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can get the tickets 3 p.m. show. And it's going to be not only, I know what's going to be, it's going to be a celebration of life. It's going to be I Am Stronger Than Cancer.
Yes.
And it is going to be a victory party for the win of the World Cup. Okay. I've just determined exactly what Sunday is going to be. Amazing. Leo, I want to ask you very quickly on a serious note, did you have signs? Were there symptoms for you? Obviously, we described just before COVID, you weren't feeling great, but you weren't diagnosed with cancer. It was only later that the diagnosis came. Do you think you were misdiagnosed?
No, I think basically, especially as men, we kind of push those symptoms to the side, and we always afraid of admitting. I remember a friend of mine used to, always make a joke and say, "Solange scheme maak, that's all nog right." So basically, you have these little bit of symptoms and you want to ignore them. But thanks to my wife, she would always, when I just mention something, she'll insist I go and have it checked out and that. So I think that's why we managed to catch it so early at the stage and deal with it immediately.
Well, congratulations to both of you. And I do say that because heroes come in different forms and shapes. And I think the two of you are our heroes this morning, and we thank you so much for joining us and talking about this journey.
All the best, Leo.
Yeah,
all the best.
And to you as well. Nomsa Leo Michaels is a businessman, and Nomsa Manaka is sharing their experiences and journeys after being diagnosed with cancer. Nomsa performing at the Gibson Kente Auditorium at the Soweto Theatre this coming Sunday at 3 o'clock. Book your tickets. It's going to be a very beautiful and uplifting show and a celebration of life of our heroes here in studio.